Welcome back to Let's Play Medieval 2 Total War England Campaign episode the 74th with me, Skwalker. And when we left off, we'd just been doing a bit of rebel clearing out, and we'd also managed to beat back the Polish a little bit just to stop them from advancing. And we'd also had some trouble with the Egyptians. One of their navies just went and sunk one of my fleets and basically put a halt to my designs on Tunis. This is very inconvenient, so it's put me on the back foot, and it also cost me a nice general. So we've got some repairs to make on there. We've also got to quickly dump out my dudes out of this boat. So Stephen Hick,
Your Highness.
you go here and be a dude,
sire.
and Hugh of Glastonbury, you go over here.
Leaving the ship.
There we go. We've also got some new guys to let loose on the land, so let's just get them off the boats initially. And then we're going to start assigning them. So
with honor, sire.
Here are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new generals for me to play with. Right, let's set about assigning these losers then, and you know, play the usual suspects with us. So first things first, Gregory of Westbury, present arms and tell me what you're good at. Gregory's a commander for definite, right? Gregory, you can take the troops because you're the first one I discovered.
My lord.
Get your ass down to Toulouse to pick up the troops that are being prepared there, please.
Yes, my liege. We shall continue orders.
Nigel Bucknell, you are also a commander, so you will head to Genoa, and you will pick up the army that is being produced there. If you can navigate to Genoa, that is.
By your command. Continuing tomorrow's. Hail, my king.
And then, let's... Oh, I just sent them all, didn't I?
Lord.
Fuck me.
Orders.
Alright, you lot just hold
will,
for a turn 10, because I accidentally sent
Hail,
them.
my king. We shall continue tomorrow's,
That was a bit daft of me just to give them all one order, but right, fine. We'll assign you next turn. We've just started moving around, and I guess we'll be assigning some in this area anyway. Right, anyway, we are going to move to the next turn, because we have just pretty much reached the end of this turn. There isn't really anything left that we can do. So we are going to observe the world around us, see if anything changes. I've spent all the money, I've done all the battles, so onwards we go. And next turn, I believe, we'll be fighting Christoffel. But let's just get into position now. He might come to us, actually, which is what I kind of hope he will do. Either way, time is ticking because the Pope has his eyes on Marseille, so we need to get it before he does. And a nice little naval battle, right? Make this one nice and quick and victorious, please.
Our people rule these waters, sire.
And we also have a spy in Tunis. Thank you for reminding me.
And your posts.
Right, the Imperials have intercepted us now, so we're going to have to auto-resolve. Luckily, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so hopefully we win, since I'm using gun hulks.
Victory is ours, sire.
Right, we don't need to watch that, we know he got in. Okay, so let's just quickly jump through the notifications. So Stephen Herbert, Margaret, you just keep trying, don't you? Stephen Herbert's been nominated for marriage. He's 41 though, so he's already way past it. And while he is very loyal, there isn't really a lot else going for him. No thanks. Right, mission failed. I didn't cease hostilities. Oh shit, 'cause I attacked one of the... Yeah. I attacked one of the navies. Well, we didn't take the worst hit in the world, so that's fine. And to be honest, I wanted rid of that Polish navy. Whoopsies. Right, relations worsen. Poland really hates me. Tell me something new. Ooh, we're back up to... we're doing good here, though. We're number one in everything but money now. The Mongolians are winning on that one, unfortunately. But I'm still doing well. I mean, we're bringing in just nearly 20,000 florins a turn. Faction announcements by everywhere. Jahias the Grey and Aston Stratford just died. They were two of my two of my merchants in the Middle East. Duerta Brown has also died. She was a lady though, so it's not the biggest loss to us. Trade increase by everywhere. Admiral Richard is now competent. Thomas Bower feels appreciated. Simon's fair in rule. Toby Westbury is also feeling appreciated. John now has a food taster. Thomas Bower a priest. And Francis Brown a military engineer. Construction report. London has completed its great market and it shall now work on something else. Continue expanding your mining network, please. Nottingham has also got some paved roads set up. Okay, that's cool. Some retraining to do, but apparently you can't do it. You might because you want a boiler setting up then. So if you could please set one up just so you can do that retraining and it's no longer there. Breslau has crop rotation established. We could continue moving on to irrigation or start building a great market. There is some retraining to do here, so let's get that sorted. Or a city watch to increase our recruitment options, which, yeah, Breslau being a border town really needs the expanded recruitment options, so we are going to start working on a city watch. Toulouse now has an archery range, so we can start recruiting retinue longbowmen, so that's absolutely brilliant. We could start working on a marksman's range now. We can recruit yeomen, but we want to start recruiting retinues now. They're the ultimate of the longbow line, I believe. So, well, I think there's actually one higher one, but you know we have to get the guild for that one. It's going to be very expensive though to build a marksman's guild, so let's just start by sealing up some of the holes in the recruitment lines. Start working on a barracks, please. Bordeaux has also now upgraded to a citadel. There's also a large Spanish army wandering around. I'm a little concerned about that. You best start working on a barracks as well, just in case the Spanish are up to something. And Genoa has completed its cannon maker, so we should have access to a few new things, but we also could really use a naval academy. Now, I have spent a lot of money, but we have access to a few new toys, so we can now start recruiting ribbalds, which are like the organ guns of Portugal. Well, it actually is an organ gun because it has many pipes. It's a fearsome spectacle line. It has 9 short-range barrels, which is used as defense against long-range artillery. Basically, you can fire them all at once, and it's basically like, well, it's 9 shots for the price of one. It's like a really big gun. You can also now start recruiting mortars as well, which should be sort of like the big long-range ones. It's the iron bowl from which it gets its name. The mortar was created to lob shots over intervening walls, used when dealing with units skulking behind walls of protection, or to whittle away at besieging troops outside your own walls. The mortar's capabilities makes it an excellent siege weapon, so this is good for sieges, and yeah, I'd agree so, but right now I'm a bit low on money, so let's hold off on the recruitment. Speaking of which, Toulouse has recruited some Levy Spear and some Longbowmen. Cagliari has also recruited some Longbowmen and dismounted feudal knights and billmen, and burned some Hobilars. Diplomatic information, by the way. Spain has now signed an alliance with Poland, which means Spain could now very quickly become a new enemy for me. The Mongolians are now at peace with the Byzantines, and the Byzantines are also at peace with Poland. Venice has also now been excommunicated, something which I find disappointing from this Pope, since the Venetians have been my friend for a long time, right? Now, I did just sit around building a lot of stuff, but because it was Spanish, I've now entered an alliance with Poland. I'm going to rescind these construction orders because I do not want the Spanish attacking me all of a sudden. And they were getting quite nasty with me in diplomacy last time, so we need to talk with someone who's a bit higher up and see if we can secure an alliance with them, but we probably can't now.
Is there something I can do for you, noble lord?
Yes, I would like a alliance. Like, can we seriously have an alliance, except you won't let me have one? How about some map information first?
We cannot quite accept this.
Right. Why do you keep saying you want tribute? Fuck you.
Of course, it is your decision.
Right, you know,
this concludes our meeting, yes?
Must I really now do an Iberian campaign because the Spanish are being absolute fuckheads? Yeah, I'm going to rescind the construction orders because you know what, we need to start doing some emergency recruitment here. I don't really know what the Spanish recruit because we haven't really dealt with them yet.
I am neither friend nor foe, your
But if this time was to attack us, he's already got some strong infantry. He's got access to dismounted chivalric knights, which are probably somewhere around the level of an armoured swordsman, Pavisa crossbows, peasant crossbows, dismounted feudal knights. Right, we need to be watching the Spanish very closely. I think we need to also get a spy down there and start observing them. Recruit some spears and some feudal knights as well. And Captain Paul, you're about to make your move, so we'll deal with you in a minute. But for now, I just want to finish off the general split. So,
Orders.
Nigel,
My lord.
you and you alone are to head to Genoa.
Yes. Continuing to orders.
Joffrey,
Your will, sire.
you are not the best commander in the world. And his anger does not help. And neither does his poorliness. Because he's got a lot of things going against him, you may now become the new governor of Rams.
Orders.
Lose. You have free command, though you are also a sensible drinker. You've got some good morals. or moral, sorry. He's also religious, hates Scottish people. He's a natural commander, however, swift judgment. I suspect he might be a better commander than a governor. Head for Burn. I may have a job for you there.
Orders.
Ambrose Kerfurs. I haven't dealt with a Kerfurs in a while. Ambrose is prim. He's a promising strategist. He's a natural commander. He's religious. He needs something to do while he's feeling a bit bored. He's also tolerant to foreigners. Honest and extravagant, so he's not good in a city. So right, he will also be a commander. Head for Bordeaux. You may be needed on the front line against the Spanish if they turn against us.
Sire. Yes.
Right, John of Westbury. Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You are going to be a commander because I've had you doing some fighting and you're already really getting up there. So, John.
An order.
Head for Toulouse. You will command an army from there as well.
As you command.
You can even link up with Ambrose if you want and
We're
take your
combining into a huge force, sire.
You two head for Toulouse.
Our limit today, sire. Hail my
Right,
king.
who's left? Who's left? Who's left? Who's left?
Orders.
Godwin lose, or Godwine lose. He has a drink. He's superstitious, right? Religious, Gregorious, and he's a commander. He could play either role. Well, as a tutor, which gives him some trade bonuses. I might set you up as a governor for now, but you'll be a garrison commander, so you will govern Staufen for now. And then that was all of it. Well, Toby Westbury just got dragged on for the ride. That being said, while Toby lacks command, he might be a good general because he's got those good traits. But he also has a fool, but that gives him morale. He also has a guard dog and a veteran warrior. Yep, he may be useful against the Imperials, so he'll head there. Right, so we started buffing up our recruitment against a potential incursion from the Spanish because I am now going to have to approach this with open hostility, but they're up to something. You will have to try and navigate around our many enemies who are lurking around, but if you could please get yourself down to Toulouse as fast as possible for the Sicilians are starting to figure out something's up, and they're going to counter-attack soon. Cagliari, spend this turn recruiting some hulks, please, in order to prepare for any further naval engagements. And Genoa, let's get a ribop because I want to see what that's like, and start recruiting some additional militia, please. King Harry, where are you at? You can get your ass back to Genoa, except you are going to take forever because you are lazy. Alright, we'll deal with that. Algiers, where you got rebels?
Come and fight me, you coward!
4 units, we don't know what they are, right? That's a bit perplexing. Dijon, by the way, you need to start producing a new spy, who we are going to send over to attack the... we're going to send him, well, not to attack the Spanish, but to watch the Spanish. I don't trust them now. They're up to something. Assassin.
Who do you want dead?
Kill this guy,
Name
except you
thy
can't kill him.
target, sire.
What about a Polish merchant?
You have a
21%
target
chance.
in
You are
mind,
so
my
useless.
Name thy target.
Why don't you
sire.
kill the Pope?
You have a target in mind.
27% chance to kill the Pope. Kill a papal
Name
diplomat.
Thy target, sire. You have a target in mind, my king.
Tell you what, just sabotage something belonging to the Imperials for now. Take out one of their militia drill squares, which they depend
Years
on
to
so
build,
much.
Minutes to destroy.
Good job, you're good for something at least. Right, and Mr. Spy, you were kicked out of Venice, weren't you? How about you get your bottom back in there, please? I'm just going to assume you did it properly, and you did. Well done, right. Good. Right, there's still things to do this turn, but we're going to do some battles now. First things first, can I just check how we're doing over here? Looks like the Mongolians have wandered off, right. I want to attack on an angle that's definitely furthest away from the enemy, right. Lay siege and be ready to take the town within one turn. Let's just go with some towers. Like 2 towers done. Right, maintain the siege.
Struggle if you like.
And yeah, he has
I
recruited
will
some.
take your lands and women, regardless.
He has recruited some losers to help him, but we might be able to take him down still. As long as the general dies, that's the main objective. Joffrey, you just continue to keep watch over the area, please. Okay, good. Right. We've got some rebels to kill, haven't we? Captain Hugh, you know where you're going.
Hail
Francis
my
West
king.
Derby, can you keep heading to Burn as well, by
honor,
the way?
sire.
Everyone's headed for Burn
As
now.
you wish.
Right,
We'll make camp here,
rightio,
sire.
heighty below. Where's my army? Right, you, Captain Paul, move in and attack Christoffel, please. Let's get rid of him, and then we're going to start making a march on Marseille before the Spanish. One of the Spanish are heading for Marseille, actually. Maybe that's what they're up to, but I still don't trust them. They're definitely up to something nasty now.
As you wish, sire.
Okay, so it's a strength ratio of 2 to 1 in our favour. We outnumber Christoffel by nearly 1,000 men. Just to reiterate, his army is consisting of 3 units of peasants, 3 units of mercenary crossbowmen, 1 unit of mercenary spearmen, 1 unit of mercenary Frankish knights, and then 3 armoured sergeants. Not the toughest army in the world, and we'll probably be able to take it out with quite a few missiles from our longbowmen. That being said, we need to be wary of the crossbows, which could cause some harm to my dismounted English knights, so it might be best if we just let the feudal knights do this one this time around, but let's just see how it goes in as we enter another battle to get rid of the last trace of the French.
Give them no quarter this day, men.
Okay, let's just jump in with this one. So
Units, await my orders.
it's a bit of an awkward battlefield, this one, once more. It's kind of on a hill, but kind of not on a hill. So the enemy is going to deploy 1 or 2 places. They're going to deploy on the hill or in the valley, so we need to be ready for both options, really. But first things first, let's get our men at the top of the hill, and let's start making our plan. Now, it's not really a good position whichever way you look at it. However, this may be our ideal starting spot. Take us long to march on the enemy if we're in the valley, but at the same time, if we're on the hill, it's going to take a shorter time to go here. If we go this way, it's going to be a long march, and we're probably going to be very vulnerable to some missile damage from the crossbowmen. So we're going to go this way. So archers, you position yourselves here. Get your stakes out just in case the enemy decides to charge forward. You are longbowmen, but you choose not to. Come on, lads. I thought you... Yeah, right. One of you lot are a unit of longbowmen, aren't you? Or just don't want to all put our stakes out at once. Well, we'll do it slowly then. So stakes here. Why can't you guys put your stakes out? Why do you not want to put stakes out? All right, it's because I guess we can't put stakes out on the roads because that's rude to other users of the road. It's a battlefield. It's not a fucking tea party. Do you not want to put your stakes on the road? No, right. Put your stakes here? No. Can you genuinely not put stakes on the road? Well, alright, I guess it's kind of hard to plant your stakes in the road because of it's actual concrete rather than anything else. But there we go, we've got some stakes planted just to help us out there. Actually, you know what? You want to go slightly more ahead, actually? That might be a bit more favourable for you. There we go, right. Fire at will, no skirmishing. You'll remain under my jurisdiction. Right, let's get our troops ready. So we'll have 2 units of spears guarding each flank. So spear, spear, spear. Except I have a spare spear, so 2 and 3. That's fine by me. And then we're gonna have our knights be our main attacking force. So we've got 2. We can have it in 2 squads of 3. So I'll have 1 unit of knights here, another unit of knights here. And then knights will split up into 2 squads. So we'll have 2 squads of 2 units. 1 squad of 1 unit here. English knights, I'm going to keep out of this one. And Billman, I'm going to keep you out as well because I'm going to reserve you for a later battle. So if you lot just want to reside at the top of the hill and just act as reserves, if I need you, I will summon you. But we shouldn't really be needing these guys in this particular battle. So apart from that though, let's just hold the line and march on our enemy and just make this a nice quick kill. And the enemy decides to go this angle. Okay, that's fine. Longbows. Reposition yourselves and prepare to attack. Because it looks like the enemy is going to do the same thing. Either way, just get ready to start laying down the law on the enemy. I'll start repositioning my men as well accordingly. Spearmen, let's get ready to be placing ourselves on the flank. So spears, I need you here. Then I want squad A of knights just to relocate yourselves here. Squad B of knights, just relocate yourselves over here. Other squad of spears, if you could get your asses going over here. And then knights, I will leave you as you are. But if you could start marching up the hill, maybe I can definitely find a use for you up there. So if you just want to start getting yourselves moving, actually, you know what, all of you knights, just get up on that hill. That's gonna be your perfect flanking position there. So we'll make you one big happy family now. Just get yourselves up there, please, because that's the primary thing that you need to be doing. Okay, right, so we're getting all our men into position now. Longbows are now starting to close in their distances. Crossbows might outrange us slightly because of a terrain advantage though. But once more, I always trust English longbow over a French crossbow. Either way, I'll give you each a target and you will find it and you will zap it. Mainly want to focus on the arch, on taking down the enemy crossbowmen this time around, just because we have the high risk of enemy counter-fire as we march up the hill. We'll already be taking some stamina attrition just from marching uphill, so let's make sure our arrows aren't just being thrown in the mix and causing some early and unnecessary routes. Right, the enemy is still shuffling around, so we'll keep observing their positions. But archers, I didn't give you permission to stop. You must continue moving, please. We'll only be given permission to stop when we've reached our enemy, right? Even then, you won't even be given permission to rest. You'll have to stand there and kill the enemy. Well, that is what we are about, gentlemen. Right, let's keep moving around. Keep getting up that hill. Please keep getting up that hill. Come on. Nearly there now. Nearly there. As I say, we're nearly there. The enemy is just very slowly walking away from us. They are just trying to extend the length of this battle. They are just they're wanderers. Which means I need to start bringing the rest of my men forward, otherwise we're going to get nowhere in a hurry. Right, men, begin advancing forward, please. Otherwise we're going to be here all day. Archers, are we serious about we can't hit anything right now? I feel like you are definitely close enough now, and you need to be spreading yourselves out as well. Loosen up your formations. Otherwise, we're just gonna get cheam chuzzled. Alright, we are starting to get into a position where we can start hitting the enemy at long last, so hopefully we are going to start getting something done in this battle then, because so far we've been getting nothing done. Archers, I mean seriously, I think you guys have been in range for a very long time now, but fine, get your first few barrages out, start seeing what you can hit. Looks like we are just getting our first few lucky kills there. Not quite sure what we're taking out, but we're taking out a few things. And the enemy's just all in a bumble, all in a buzzle, and they just don't quite know how they're positioning themselves right now. And my men don't really have much more idea either. They've just decided just to make this stupid blob formation, which looks absolutely fucking stupid. Lads, can you position yourselves a little bit more sensibly, please, rather than just in one big random column? Come on. And the enemy's just running away again. These guys are incredibly sporting, aren't they? As well as incredibly massive pricks. Right, lads, get up that hill and prepare to flank them. I don't know why I'm losing my patience in this battle, but I'm getting annoyed that this Christoffel has been stood here challenging me for so long. And then when I finally turn up, his strategy is just keep running away from me, because all this does is prove him to be a massive coward and a massive waste of might. Oh my god, I didn't mean to merge that group. Fuck. Oh well, it'll still maintain formation, so it's alright. Right, lads. Seriously, just start killing them, because the enemy is just being absolutely dumbfoundingly, breathtakingly stupid with their formations today. And I think they're going to bring their knights forward, aren't they? They're going to bring their knights forward. Lads, get out of there. Send a unit of knights to intercept them, please. Knights, get your asses up here. They drew my archers out. Well, I say they drew my archers out. All they've done is basically just be confusing by basically spending the entire battle not making their minds up on the formation at all. Right, knights, get back. It was a ruse. They're rusing the knights. They're just attention seeking. Right. Start getting some shots out on those crossbowmen, please. We need to get rid of them, because they're going to start shooting us in a minute, because that's all they're up to, really. Right, just readjust your shots, please. I need to take out a unit each, but we are weakening them. We are taking some of them down, and we are getting, once more, we should be getting more shots out every minute than they are with their silly crossbows, because they have to stand around and then do all the stupid reloading, and then also because they have a general who can't make his mind up they'll completely rearrange the entire structure of their army every 5 seconds, which is genuinely really fucking annoying what they're doing, because it's like, dude, just commit to a formation and stick with it. Look, I'm sorry that you can't make good decisions in battle, but you're gonna have to own that decision, and you're gonna have to stand there and make the best of it, instead of just like this is not an army you lead. This is a bloody rabble. This is a confused mob who can't tell their arse from their elbows. Right, lads, are we going to continue shooting, or are we just going to be watching the world's most confusing army formations? Right, I think they're going to try and send some of their mercenary spears to try and slow down my spears, who are now basically getting an opportunity to flank. That is how bad it is. My infantry are flanking now, because you lot just can't make your minds up. And look at how many of that army has already passed away, by the way, just through the pure indecisiveness of the enemy general. Because he cannot commit to a formation and get his men organised, he has allowed a large portion of his army to die. He is already down 11% of his men, which I know doesn't sound like a lot, but when you look at the bodies here, you can tell he's going to start suffering the attrition quite soon. Spears, continue the flank, because honestly this guy deserves every bad thing that's coming towards him now from myself. Archers, continue exchanging fire. Looks like the enemy's trying to exchange some fire of their own now, and it's hard for my lads to get organised now, because the enemy is just continuously pushing my forces around, so my army actually just now cannot get organised. That being said, knights, don't get too far ahead, otherwise you'll stray into their range. I want to get one of you to start flanking, and I'm gonna definitely start doing that. It's about finding the opportunity mode. I've got armoured sergeants on their flanks. Right, spears, you need to turn around. The enemy's decided, right, we're going to throw some knights out, then we're not going to throw some knights out because we're very non-committal about this. Right, knights. Whoa back, whoa back, whoa back, whoa back. The enemy wasn't really going to charge us, and actually they were charging at my spearmen because they're absolute fucking morons. Right, you know what? I don't have time for this. Infantry, start moving in. We're gonna move in for the kill now. The enemy has tried my patience too much. Spears, general's already decided to kill himself. He's realised that he's not going to win this one, so he's going to kill himself. Get in there, put him out of his misery, please, like a sick dog. Right, you move in, eliminate those crossbowmen. They've isolated themselves like idiots. Right. Infantry's moved in and started engaging. Archers, cease fire, please. Just cease fire. It's a clusterfuck right now. Knights, move in to engage the main body of the enemy army. Right, how are you knights doing? Get in the back of their Frankish knights and just give them a bit of a tug, please.
If we
Rest of my knights,
steadfast,
get yourselves to the rear and prepare to assist. Just start getting out some good flanking charges. It's about a few knights. If you could just pick up the pace, please, just so we could get more support on the centre of the enemy army, we should be absolutely fine. How are you lot doing against the enemy general? You're holding out absolutely fine. The enemy general is just going down like an absolute sack of bricks. Right, you lot, pull out for a minute. Let a fresh unit just get in and get that charge bonus. We have to recycle our charges when we're dealing with Frankish knights, because they are a little bit tougher. You lot, move in, bring down those mercenary crossbowmen. They're trying to get away. But look at that, we're just basically causing mass collapse on the enemy lines now. They're just already losing their shit, losing their morale, losing whatever they had passing for discipline, because they had no discipline, this army. So we're just making up their own formations. Knights, get in there. It's just a free-for-all. Just get in there, see how bloody you can get your sword, really. This was an absolute piss take of a battle, I'm just going to say. I should be happy that I've got victory and I've got rid of Christoffel.
Only half the enemy force remains.
No longer plaguing my lands, and he's no longer just stood around being an absolute pain in the asshole. But unfortunately, I can't bring myself to do that, because all he's done is just caused me trouble, annoyance, and he's just given me an absolute duff battle, really. Like, this was just annoying because I was just dealing with the most indecisive enemy in the world. Like, it's not. I think that's more annoying. Like, even if it's a bad formation, like, there'd be slightly more honour in committing to it than just being fucking wishy-washy. You know, being wishy-washy, it was just stupid, right? If a spear unit's decided that they want to fight to the death, maybe don't bother, because they're still going to fight you and they're going to cause you problems. So, knights, break off. Let him run. Don't force spears into fighting to the death, otherwise you're gonna get yourselves into a really tough position. You lot, are you gonna chase down the general's bodyguard? Fine. See that Christophel's still alive, so I guess you should bring him down. Kill the runt if you have to. Well, no, I want the runt dead. It says he's covered in blood.
Behold how our
and he's
cowardly
gonna
foe runs. It's time to press the attack.
Seems about right for this absolute runt of a man. Christoffel never was a fighter. He had so many opportunities to stop his beloved France from burning and falling to me. And what did he do? He stood and he watched. He watched his faction fall. And actually placed the King of France, who he deposed, above him, and all that guy did was just sit around in Marseille and do fuck all. This guy has managed to do even less. What a pathetic example of a man. You know what? Let him live. Let him live. His punishment is now living in English soil, and knowing that it will never be another way. Let him enjoy exile. Well, that is all he deserves. Let us hope that none of my townsfolk ever show him kindness or help, but he deserves none. He is scum. Absolute scum. Right, how are we doing? Everyone dead yet? Get rid of these loser peasants who thought they could stand up against me because they felt that being French was really cool when it isn't. It's illegal now, it's outlawed, you gotta be English now. English peeps only in this city. Come on, take down those last few peasants please, and then we can finally call this battle over, because what an absolute joke of a battle that was.
We await your command.
Right, who's left? There's still a few units left. Got these idiots who are being chased down by my spear, so they're probably going to escape, and we've got some who managed to just walk right past my minions. Well done on letting them through, guys. You were a big help to me. You really did fuck all. What are we doing over here then? Just chasing away some peasants. Right, scare them away. Not even worth you getting your spears bloody for, really.
All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
Well done, men. You did as good as you could against an army of cowards, traitors, and indecisive fools. Managed to actually really bring their numbers down because, well, we saw their numbers cascade through their own stupidity. Well, the majority of them were prisoners because they all just buckled and ran. I have nothing further to say about this battle. I feel like I have wasted my time on it, but I guess for the better. This guy is no longer on the campaign map, being in my way and just causing absolute garbage to spread all over the place.
The day is ours, sire.
Good job, Captain
Sire.
Paul. Merge your men and continue your path towards Marseille. We'll be
Marching
there
to war.
within another 3
March
turns
to
or so.
exhaustion, sire.
So that's absolutely
Continuing
fine.
later.
Now, we don't really have too much left to do this turn, so I don't know what's
I
Captain
will
Arthur
only
has,
address
so
you in battle.
just to be safe, recruit a unit of mailed knights and 2 dismounted feudal knights before engaging him, and then we'll see what his story is.
Hail, my king.
You lot have all got orders now, so let's see if there's anything else that we need to do. What's our mission, by the way? Oh yeah, it's blockade Durazzo, so it's never going to happen. Cagliari's building something, so that's fine. Toulouse is something I could start building jousting lists and or gunsmith. I'll leave that for now. Genoa, you're constructing more units. Milan, I feel like Milan could assist Genoa's recruitment actually. Start recruiting some arquebusiers and some heavy build militia, and we're going to start sending them over. We can also start recruiting merchant cavalry militia, and they're not bad. They're not bad at merchant cavalry militia, but they're not good. They've got nothing special about them really, because, well, as it is, they're rich people who can afford the horses, the armour, the weapons, but they can't. But you know, having the best weapons in the world doesn't bring the training and the experience and the discipline of it, which is what they lack. Still, they have their uses, and we're going to recruit some additional troops. We're going to start shipping them into Genoa, in order to continue our campaign against the Mongolians. That being said, if you haven't noticed, we have actually progressed onto turn 120 now. And hello there, Imperial incoming attack. How are you today?
Hail, my king!
Thought you all my troops were on holiday, but
Come and face the might
yeah,
of
we
the
all
Rhine
know what
power.
he's bringing. So fine, let's scramble some troops here. Start producing some archers, produce some more spearmen, and I will send for reinforcements from Magdeburg to assist you.
Hail,
Jacob,
my king!
get off your ass. Send for some
Sire.
peasant archers. Send for some longbows. Actually, you know what? You need to recruit some troops as well of your own. Recruit some spearmen, and now I'm going to have to start taking recruitment or some orders off someone else. What stuff did I set off today? Just trying to think of the other cities that I had building some things for me, but I now can't remember. Nottingham, did I give you a... Yeah, Nottingham. Sorry, I'm going to have to take this boyer off here because, right, Magdeburg, you need to just do some quick recruit for. Recruit a unit of retinues, recruit a unit of knights, recruit a unit of billmen, and then you'll be shipping your troops out to Nuremberg next turn. As far as... Oh, it's got artillery, so... How long does it take for you
Hail,
lot to
my
get
king.
to Magdeburg? Maybe about 2 turns, right. Going to be a bit of a dangerous position here. We may have to have Francis
Hail,
turn
my
around.
king.
So Francis,
Yes, my liege.
just be ready. We may need to
Making
turn
camp
your
here.
army
Your will,
around
sire.
because the Imperials be coming again and they're coming in a bad mood. In fact, I'm going to send for reinforcements from Breslau as
Sire.
well. So Breslau, if you could just ship over your
Sire.
knights, your artillery, and your peasant archers and your billmen. Basically anything that... Actually, no, because the Polish aren't going to attack in a hurry. Just take your non-militia units, please, and just have them head for Nuremberg,
By
please.
your command.
I know that means I've just put a massive drain on Breslau, but Breslau now needs to really recruit a militia garrison, so we need to look into that. Either way, basically, we're going to have to fortify Nuremberg. It definitely seems to be a favourite target of the Imperials, and one that we will stop them from so frequently targeting. But that being said, like I just said, we have actually reached turn 120, so it's progress review time, and housekeeping time, and admin time, so... If you're not a fan of admin or progression, this might be where you want to turn the video off because there'll be no more battles today. This is going to be the final task we do. Which means, yes, this is a shorter than usual episode, but because I am recording these on Christmas Eve, I actually don't have a lot of time to record. And before someone does pipe up, this is actually the only day this week I am going to have available for recording, really. So, it had to be today or no other day, really, for recording for any Total War. Right, so let's start off with faction summaries. So... Our capital city is London. Our faction leader is now King Harry. King Arthur passed away recently in battle at Antioch. The greatest general is now Gregory of Westbury, and we have 28 generals acting on my behalf. In terms of regions, we now own 33 out of 45 required for victory, which means we are now in need of 12 more regions before we can claim victory. Annexing what remains of the Holy Roman Empire will bring me very close to this, and then wiping out the Mongolians and liberating my former holdings in the Middle East will probably seal the deal. That being said, there are now only 106 turns remaining in the campaign, so... time's ticking, because we are now I think we're actually past the halfway point now, so time is now starting to get ahead of us, so we need to make sure we've got a plan in place. And we do have a plan in place. We are going to be having Toulouse, Marseille, Genoa and Milan pumping out troops. Oh, and Cagliari. Just smashing out as many troops as possible, getting them into Africa, sending them and targeting key Mongolian assets in order to weaken them and start basically initiating their crumble. We now also have, in terms of region split, we have 19 cities and 14 castles, which means we do have a nice mix of recruitment and a strong economy to back it up. We have won 184 battles, but we have now lost 35. Yeah, that number has been jumping up recently, mainly because of the Mongols. The year is now 1318, and we are on the 120th turn. So we are doing quite well. I think we're in a strong position. Well, we do need to be wary that time is now ticking, and we'll be soon entering the final 100 turns of the campaign, which means we need to start bringing things to a close, which means we need to get our campaign against Sicily wrapped up. so we can focus all our efforts on a campaign against Mongolians. We actually need to wrap up our campaign against the Imperials. I think we need to definitely just now focus on just wiping them off the face of the map and just annexing whatever's left of their lands, for they are no longer worthy of existence. But we also need to have our eyes on the Spanish. I don't trust them, and their increased cockiness against me has disturbed me. I think they may be planning an attack, and if they do, I'm not exactly in the best prepared position. However, they should have learnt from other factions who have crossed me in the past. Annoying me is basically a suicide message, for it will just basically mean I will focus my attention on you and I'll take you out, because, well, whatever happened to little old Denmark when it decided to cross me for no discernible reason? Well, it got wiped out. Anyway, other things. The Pope, he is now 52 years old. This is Pope Bernardus. He's one of our popes. That being said, he doesn't show the English excessive favour. He's showing the Spanish the best favour. And because the College of Cardinals are now basically packed full of Spaniard cardinals, it's probably going to be a Spanish Pope on the next throne. But there is still a chance of an English Pope, but it's getting narrow. And even then, I think the Spanish could side against me and just go with Poland, but I doubt it. So, yeah, it's getting quite tight there. Well, the Venetians are now exiled, which makes them basically a free-for-all. The Imperials are not doing too well, and Hungary and Poland are doing okay. And yeah, you can see we are starting to run short of Catholic factions, aren't we? In terms of diplomacy, our diplomatic situation remains as crap as ever, and it's getting worse. We have only one ally, which is the exiled Venetians, and to be honest, the Venetians have so far proven useless in any venture, really. They're barely an ally, really. It's just basically one faction that won't declare war on me. And I'm continually fighting the Imperials, the Egyptians, the Sicilians, and the Polish, and the Mongols. So, yeah, I think, really, diplomacy, it's beyond a lost cause in this campaign at this point. We'll have to try it again next time, which is a shame. Family tree, getting bigger. I think we're another generation deeper now. I still don't know who the factionaire is, by the way. I honestly don't know who's been named Prince, because... Oh, wait, it's this guy, Prince Thomas. So, Thomas got to be the Prince. Well done, well done. I think Thomas didn't have a last name. He was just a dude, so... Well done, Thomas. He's currently based in Iverness, so... Yeah. Well done. Well done to King Harry Spill. He is the king. He's actually still doing quite well, and, you know, he's doing okay. But yeah, it's getting bigger and bigger. I do wish I could pick the heir myself, because when I played my Julia playthrough, I had this rule where only, say, pure Julians could actually rule the family, because I was weird and kind of genetically fucked, but yeah. Right. Other things, faction rankings, where do we stand? Well, as you can tell, it's still been a very strong campaign for us. We've been going up, up, up. Kind of slowed down, but now we're making big gains. That's probably because of my recent conquests on Milan and Sicily, which has really just boosted my position. In terms of all factions, we are head and shoulders above everyone else still. The Mongolians now sit in second place. The Spanish are currently residing in third. The Polish in fourth, and the Imperials have managed to claw their way up to fifth now. For that being said, I think the Imperials are probably only winning on economy rather than anything else, because their armies, nil point. Or zip zap, fuckety zock, they're shit. But yeah, we're just miles above everyone, so that's cool. Lists we'll look at in a minute. Finances, we're actually set to make a loss. That is probably because most likely our merchants now dropping dead, unfortunately. Their lives are coming to an end, so our economic luxuries in the Middle East are running dry. However, once we are set up in Tunis, I think I will send some merchants over and start making more money in Africa, because we were making a fair bit. I don't think there's any resources in Cagliari that we can sell as well, which is a shame. But yeah, we'll definitely start trying to re-establish our mercantile empire. We've already looked at our missions. Our only mission right now is to blockade the Razo, but because that's really far out of my way, it's a mission I'm choosing to ignore. We did have a papal mission, but I completely fucked it up by attacking the Polish navy, so that's my fault, and I will have to just own the consequences for that. Yeah, last but not least, let's just quickly look at some lists, just see how everyone's doing, make sure everyone's doing okay. So Captain Morris is currently in Aleppo. He is laying siege to a castle, and hopefully within the next turn we'll be able to, well, either quickly take it, sack it, and then we'll move on to our next target. There are Mongolian armies in the area, though, and it's most likely this guy is going to...
You all look alike to me.
It's most likely Subutai will probably notice what I'm up to, and he will probably come over and tell me to fuck off again. But we'll see what happens. He might not notice for... yeah. That being said, we also have John. He's currently governing Breslau. He's just been recently victorious, but now he's got no army, but he's going to have a new militia army built up for him soon. Admiral Garrett, he's currently residing in Bruges. Where did those pirates go that were nearby? Either way, I'm going to have him go and link up with Admiral Anthony, because that's where I want him. Captain Paul, he's leading the army to retake Marseille. Godwin Lewes, we've already assigned him a task. He should be headed for Staufen or for Bern, so if you lot could go there, please. Admiral Nicholas, he's currently stationed in Aarhus awaiting further orders. He does need retraining, but I don't have the money to do that.
Hail, my king!
Simon Baker currently governs Paris, and that is where he shall stay. Lothwine is also governing Oslo, and that is where he shall stay. Joffrey governing Reims, and that is where he shall stay. Admiral James, he is based in Genoa, and waiting further orders. Robin Payne is the current governor of York, and he shall stay that way for now. Francis of West Derby may be recalled to Nuremberg to assist in the Imperial siege, but if not, he is to be leading the attack on Innsbruck. Leonard Lewes is the governor of Caen-Evian and will stay that way. Because I said so. Jacob governs Magdeburg, and he will remain there for the time being, though he will be sent out to march upon the tower. Well, he's in Magdeburg, but he'll soon be marching on Nuremberg to assist against the incoming Imperial attack. Captain Lewes leads a small army of troops outside Bern. He's going to link up with them now. And the army's just about ready now as well, so that's absolutely brilliant. Let's just see, where were we? Because now we've lost our place, which is always fun. Leonard, Jacob, Captain Applegate. He's currently just near Prague. He's leading troops to assist in the relief of Nuremberg. I think whatever is done here, by the way, we may just go and then send on to Vienna. In fact, my spy in Krakow... oh, I don't have a spy in Krakow. Where's my spy gone? Oh, you're here. John Bushier, can you get your ass back down to Vienna, please? I want to watch the Imperials down there. I think we may be able to make a move against them. So, Toby of Westbury, he's currently in Metz and headed for Bern. King Harry, he's headed back to Genoa after his recent attack on the rebels. Lewes, he's also headed for Bern to assist in our Imperial campaign. Prince Thomas currently governs Ivernus. Nigel Bucknell, he is headed for Genoa to assist in the recruitment of a new army. Barnaby Underwood, he currently governs Cayenne. Ambrose Kerfos, he's headed for Toulouse to pick up a new army. Joffrey governs Stockholm. Alfred Heaven governs Edinburgh. Jahias governs Dublin. Admiral Anthony is just keeping watch for pirates. John of Westbury is marching south. Christopher of Durham is en route to Tunis. Humphrey Baker currently governs the garrison at Stettin and is awaiting a potential order to react to a Polish incursion or attack them. Edward de Raffel is the current governor of Aarhus and is the most loyal man in the world. Francis Brown, he is the current governor of Milan and just keeping the town secure against any potential attacks from the Imperials. But to be honest, I think we could probably start marching out on Bologna and Venice incredibly soon in order to make some meaningful gains against them, because I think it really is high time we just moved in to finish the Imperials now, especially now that time's ticking and I am running out of patience with them. And if I do have a Spanish issue on the horizon, we need the Imperials gone so I don't have more things nipping at my borders. Morcar of Guildford, he's the current governor of Dijon and he will remain there. Simon is the current governor of Nuremberg and he's about to get his ass kicked. Admiral Richard is the one who is leading my new fleet to Tunis. Hopefully we don't get intercepted by some randomer. Admiral James continues the blockade of Accra just to continue damaging Mongolian trading interests in the area.
Hail,
Thomas
my
Bower
king.
is the governor of London and will remain so.
Hail,
And last
my
but not least,
king.
Gregory of Westbury is on his way to Toulouse to assist in the recruitment and the shipping out and commanding of armies. So yeah, everyone's got a job to do, everyone knows what they're doing. In terms of our cities, London's doing fine, Nottingham's suffering some population issues. We could use with upgrading the farms, however, because we have no money we cannot do so just yet, but I will also switch onto a growth build policy, and that's actually not solved the problem, but it's doing what we can. Cayenne, absolutely fine. York, fine. Rennes, fine. Carnarvon, public order's just on the brink, so let's just pop the taxes down a little bit. We do have enough money, we probably can support a slight lowering of the taxes. They're going to 100% exactly? Ah, you know what, that's good enough. Then again, we're only sniffing away a little bit of income. But again, it's income I need. I am spending big at the minute. Yeah, right. We'll accept that public order for now. Dublin's fine. Paris, how bad's your public order? It's on 90, and your taxes as low as they can go. So that is a concern. But some of the garrison needs retraining, so that might just help patch that one up. Iverness is on 85, so we need to be aware of that one. Definitely just get the taxes lowered a little bit, just because it is starting to slip a little bit too low. All these cities, they're doing absolutely fine. Staufen is encountering a few growth issues, however, so we definitely need to get on board with putting some irrigation in there. Toulouse, once more, it's having some growth issues, so we can probably get irrigation set up in there. Probably swap into a growth build policy will also just give us some assistance as well. Oslo is fine. Cagliari is fine. Hamburg, population issues once more. Could use, let's see, can we upgrade it any further? We could put cannon towers on, that'd be fun. I don't think we can actually increase the growth of this area anymore anyway. It's actually pretty much at its peak, so yeah, a stagnated population may be useful for us now, and the population may recover with some recruitment drives. Aarhus is currently doing fine as well, but it's having a bit of a population problem once more. I also need to do some retraining of some boats, but once more we don't have the money. However, we are due to upgrade the farming there, so that's probably something we really need to look into. Dijon is also doing fine. It's about to actually get some upgrades to its growth, so we should hopefully have that fixed. Frankfurt, same again, but it's nearly finished its irrigation. Bordeaux could also use some food boosts. We can get irrigation, so we'll definitely be looking into that. So yeah, there are just a few areas that need food boosts. Well, overall public order is very high and income is doing great. And we'll just have a quick review of our agents. So we've got Perkin Curtis. He's just going around being an absolute useless piece of crap. Though we could probably just alliance with the Byzantines and just say, hey, I have another ally. So, you know what?
Without
Mooch around the Byzantine area, and then maybe
Tomorrow's
next time we'll have a
journey
chat.
planned
A
out,
bit of
sire.
an agent party going on here, isn't there? Joffrey the Corrupt, he's just currently acting as a cardinal come spy for me, trying to maintain some form of Catholicism in here. Yeah.
At your service.
Howls of Doncaster, he's just trading for me. Ralphian Orthodox, he's just also trying to maintain Catholicism of some degree, and also just doing a bit of watching. John Bush, yeah, he's headed for Vienna to observe and work out how weak the Imperials are for them. Ansel Singer is trading lovely silver here, making 85 florins per turn, by the way. Michel Dane is a cardinal, just currently based in Hamburg. Not really a lot for him to do, really, so he's just kind of just hanging around.
Sire.
John of Ashwell is my spy over here. I'm gonna pop him into Alexandria for now, because Alexandria will be probably a potential staging ground for an invasion against the Mongols. So let's just get him in there. Let's not bother with a movie today. And what we can tell is, yeah, he's in there. He's doing fine, right? Good. So we need to get rid of this again. So we're on John Bush, yeah. So, also John Ashwell. So, Charles Russell is the world's most useless assassin. Do something up today, so he's absolutely fine. But to be honest, he's kind of a disappointment of an assassin to me.
Yes.
Stephen Hick, he's one of my new priests. He's currently in Bruges. Everyone's doing quite good for Catholicism right now, but so there isn't really many places where I could pop him. Because we don't really conquer from non-Catholic factions, which is a bit depressing. You know, just preaching a border territory, because then I can kind of use your line of sight for my purposes. And then yeah, James of Abrington, he's currently trading in Cairo. He will basically stay there for as long as he can. But you know what? Let's have him trade something a little bit more valuable because, hey, we may as well just get some more florins out of whatever's left of his life.
Opening a new trade lane, my liege.
That being said, not too many people left. So I have got Ansel, he's just currently watching Gaza for me. I've got Lawrence, he's also trading. Nigel Hewlings, he's currently based in Tunis, watching the area for me. Hugh of Glastonbury, once more, yeah, we don't write really many places, but yeah, Antwerp's slipping a bit in Catholicism, so that's fine. Philip Paul is currently just planted in Venice, waiting for something to do. Hubert Long is in observing imperial positions. Edmund Powell is observing Marseille for me while preaching and keeping a Catholicism up and preventing paganism. And Simon Fitzwalter is being absolutely fucking useless at Zaragoza. So, yeah, everything actually is running quite smoothly right now. But that being said, there are one or two cracks, one or two growing pains that we must make sure are filled in and observed and monitored. Those being, we need to retake Marseille as quick as possible, but Captain Paul will do that quite soon. I think it really is high time that we just annex whatever's left of the Imperials now. We take Bologna and Venice really quickly, just sort of lightning strike them before the Pope gets a bit iffy, and then hopefully take Rome as well. And then, you know what, bugger it, may as well just take Naples while we're at it. And then we'll just get the Imperials finished once and for all, really. I think their time has now come. And they could be finished off quite reasonably because all they're going to do is just keep spamming out big militia armies, which just annoy me really. And stuff like this is distracting from things that I need to be focused on, like, you know, getting rid of Mongols. So we're going to get rid of the Imperials. They're not helping me. And because peace is just so far out of the question, it's just not going to happen. And we're going to just be keeping a very close eye on the Spanish. I have a feeling we may soon go to war. And if that is the case, then all I will say is, so be it. We will fight them. I will not necessarily wish to conquer them. So what I may do is I may just establish a defensive perimeter within the Pyrenees Mountains. Establish forts in key locations just to keep them at bay. But if worse comes to worse, I will capture a couple of their towns just to tell them to bloody piss off. And I will also definitely take this castle here. I will capture a Jacko. Because, yeah, but this is a strategic town that I would like to bring into my kingdom if the opportunity was to arise. However, I will not start hostilities because I cannot afford to have my diplomatic standing in the world go any lower, or my papal standing to go any lower. So, yes, we must tread carefully, for we do have many enemies being a large kingdom we are. But we are going to grow larger with the annexation of the Imperials. That's going to be my goal for the next 10 turns. We are going to focus on finishing them and also starting our conquest along the African coast. And we're going to start retaking our towns off of Mongols. Hopefully next turn we will get Aleppo back, provided that Subutai doesn't interfere, but I suspect he will. If he does, we'll make a quick retreat down to this city. In fact, Joffrey, I want you to start moving there now. I want to know what the strength is in Damascus, because if it is strong, or if it's weak, we're going to move on to Damascus, sack it, and then, you know, we'll just keep doing that. We just have to go on a slash and burns tactic. Towns that we take them, we know that we're going to keep, we'll just occupy, build them up, and use them against the Mongols. But for now, we need to just burn them out of the lands, which is the cruel tactic, and it may cause some self-harm to me later on in the game. But I can't afford to have them just continue doing what they're doing. Still, I really do hope you have enjoyed today's episodes, my friends, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one, where we will start our renewed campaign against the Imperials, try and deflect them at Nuremberg once more, and prepare for our big attack on Innsbruck. But until then, I hope you have a lovely evening, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode, which is not only another episode of Medieval 2 Total War, but it'll be 75th episode, which makes 3/4 yay, but also the last episode of Medieval 2 for 2018, so hooray. So once more, have a lovely evening, and I'll see you all in the next episode. See you later.